going to be sharing. I'm going to share first and then Sandy. And then if we have time at the end and you want to ask any questions, feel free as well. But first, I just have to say that I always feel funny kind of like bragging about like how well I'm doing. Like it just feels kind of weird, but I have to give God all the glory because first and foremost, this all really started with prayer. And if I didn't tell you that, I would be hiding information that is in, that something that really happened that's really happening even currently. And so I have to give him the glory because a lot of you know I first began my Arbonne journey back in May of 2005, so it's been 12 years. And this second go around here is just even more incredible than the first. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity. But I want to tell you guys, I was looking up on our dashboard for the stats for last month. And this is the part that I feel funny about, but I want to tell you this because I want you to see that anything is possible once you determine that you're going to do something. And so prior to June, personally, I have to speak personally about myself because as we all know, we can only control us, right? We can't control our team. We can't control a prospect. We can only control us and our activity. But prior to June, I was not even averaging sponsoring one new preferred client each month. So less than one each month. And that doesn't mean that I was never sponsoring, but averaging, it came out to less than one. Well, last month I personally sponsored 4 new consultants with at least a $250 order and 2 new preferred clients. And I just sponsored a 5th new consultant with a $250 or more order just 3 days ago. So in the last 35 days, there's been 5 new personally sponsored consultants. And so if I could do that, all of you guys can do it too. So I just want to encourage you with that. But I do have to say that going back to how it all began, besides prayer, is my husband Emmett and I have just been sitting down and talking and brainstorming and dreaming about the things that we want in our lives, and just thinking about how the things that we're dreaming about, I can't even think about them not happening. Like I don't even want to think about, what would it be like if we don't hit this goal, if we don't ever get to do these things, if we don't ever get to help these people. So those have been the fuel and my vehicle for moving forward. And so I just wanted to share with you guys like some things specifically that changed and some tangible things. And then Sandy's going to share what's been going on in her personal business too. But like I said, it started with prayer. And I am a person of faith. I believe in Jesus and I follow him. And I realize maybe there's some people who don't, and that's totally okay. But I just want to tell you what my story is. I started asking him, please show me who you want me to talk to. Like that simple prayer, show me who you want me to talk to, and I will talk to them. Even if it's very weird, even if it seems crazy, even if the person thinks I'm nuts, I don't care, I'm willing. So I think you have to have a willing heart and just a bold heart and a person who's willing to take risks, because it could very well be that that person that you felt really strongly led to share with, they do think you're a weirdo. But who cares? It doesn't matter. The point is again, you can only control you and your activity, not even what the prospect says or what the outcome is after you share with them. So just be obedient and be faithful to what you believe you're supposed to do, and don't worry about what the person is thinking or what they're going to do. So also, like I said, Emmett and I have just been determined to hit our goals. And for a little while now, I've been really determined to hit RVP by October 1st because I really want to go to New York City. And I've been dreaming about going there, like not just for a day walking around, but actually staying there and experiencing, like getting to stay in a nice hotel and really seeing more of the city. So I am definitely going to that. And with that, I think just also thinking about other incentives that Arbonne offers, like the picture set, with the cute little glasses. I was like, I have to earn this, and I have to earn that. I have to earn this gym bag. And it's not about the stuff, because let's all be honest. If we've been in Arbonne a long time, we have a lot of bags, right? We don't need another Arbonne bag. But it's the fact that we can say we earned it, and we can show other people. We could post on social media. People are going, whoa, she's always earning prizes. And so it's about what it represents. And then also I have to tell you guys that the next thing that sparked the change was hearing about what Sandy was doing. And so I know you guys are going to really want to pay attention to what she shares, but when she kept telling me, like, this is happening and this is happening and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I'm like, whoa, I got to get going even faster. So she was feeling me, and then she told me I was feeling her. So that's what a team is. You feel each other, and you're helping each other press on and move forward. Also, it's all about, yes, it's about your mindset and what you believe. And there was a time in my business where, and Beth can tell you too, that I would be like, I do really believe, like, and it was like a frustrating, like, I believe, it's still not happening. But if you're feeling like that, you're not there yet. I'm just going to put it right out there. You're not there yet. You don't believe if you're like frustrated about your beliefs. And so don't try to like conjure it up, like just get out there and take that step of faith, start talking to people, start doing what you know you're supposed to be doing, and then those feelings and the belief will come. But I really started believing that I have a gift in my hand. And not that I never believed that before, but I really started thinking about how in this world there's so many people that need extra income. And I know I say at my presentations a lot, like, the skincare will change your skin, the nutrition will change your health, these products will change even how you look, how you feel, but this business will change your life. Do you guys believe that? Like, seriously, I want you to ask yourself. Before you go to bed tonight, ask yourself, do I really believe that this business is going to change somebody's life? And be honest, and if the answer is no, then that's okay. Just talk to your sponsor, talk to Beth, and say, I don't know why, but I just don't really believe in my heart that what I have is going to really change somebody's life. I don't even know if it's going to change my own life. And so just work through that, and there's probably something behind that, and you'll get through it. Because when we're honest with ourselves and then we admit it to somebody else who's helping us, that's where we're going to see the change and the growth come. So your mindset. And I thought to myself that the best parts of receiving this Arbonne gift for myself is giving it away. There's no greater joy than seeing someone else, like Sandy, someone else and other people on our team succeed and start doing well. And when they get it and they start really moving forward and then they share it with other people, that is the best part about this business. Another thing that I did is really listening to people. Like, not just like, and you're thinking in your head, well, when she says this, I'm going to say this. No, like, you're really listening, and at the end of the conversation, you don't even care that Arbonne never came up, because we're not that weird Arbonne girl or guy that just tries to shove it in there and see, like, you know, oh, I'm going to slip it in here and see what they say. It's not like that. We're just living our lives. We're swimming at the pool. We're at the gym. We're at work. And we're just building relationships with people. And as it comes up in life, then you share. So, for example, I was at the pool the other day in my neighborhood, and one of my neighbors came, and we just started chatting, and we ended up standing in the pool for an hour and a half talking, basically an on-the-fly, I like to call them on-the-fly one-on-one, because it turned into an Arbonne conversation, and then we ended up getting together the next day, and she ended up signing up as a consultant, like just like that. I didn't even have it scheduled. I didn't even know I was going to talk to her, but because I was friendly and because I was asking a lot of questions about herself, I started listening, and I had my Arbonne ears on, and I wasn't like just paying attention to what I wanted to say, but I was listening to see, like, well, maybe this is a gift for her, and it really was. So just really listen to people, because a lot of people out there feel like people are not listening to them. So worst case scenario, we can offer the gift of our ears to people and make people feel like we care. Because at the end of the day, it's not about Arbonne being top priority. It's about loving and serving other people, and sometimes Arbonne is not included in that. And that's okay, because there's plenty of people out there. Also, when we're listening to people, I kind of see it as I'm interviewing. I'm interviewing people to see if, is this person even going to be a good fit for my team? And if something comes up where it's like, ooh, I didn't like that, I'm like, no. And that's okay too, because we're not just trying to like snatch everybody into our business. We're really thinking as if we're the CEO of our Arbonne business, and we're looking to hire. We're not really hiring, but you know what I mean? Like, we're looking to hire good quality, friendly, loving, serving, caring, compassionate people. And so if people don't have those qualities, then it might not be the right time to try to get them into your Arbonne business. So look at it as an interview. And then feeling free that, like I said, it's okay to say, you know what, they didn't quite make the cut. Or you might say the opposite, like, wow, this person is totally passing the interview here, and I would love to have them on my team. I want to take this a little bit further. One thing also that I've been thinking about, because I've been reading in a John Maxwell book, and I just totally blanked out on the title of, it's something about becoming a person of influence. There it is. But he talks about how everybody wants to know that somebody believes in him or her. And so when we can show even a prospect before they get started that we believe in them, that's going to be huge. So I highly recommend thinking through and really reflecting on, how can I show people more that I believe in them? How can I encourage them? And then this one I think is really, really big and important. This was a shift in my mind. And I'm not perfect with it, but I could tell you I'm like much further along in the process. And that is not caring what people think about you. Like I said in the beginning, who cares if people think you're a weirdo? Who cares? Be happy that you're weird, because the world around us is negative, and they're sometimes annoying and frustrating and not friendly and not caring and selfish. I want to be weird. I don't want to be all of those things. So if somebody thinks I'm weird and they don't like me or like what I have to say because I'm showing people that I care and I'm friendly and I'm positive, great. So don't care what people think, and look at every opportunity that you're given as this is the only chance that you're going to have it. Because seriously, I mean, I could talk about that for an hour. None of us know that we're even going to have tomorrow, first of all. But second of all, you don't know if you're going to see that person at the restaurant ever again. You don't know if you're going to have that exact opportunity with the neighbor at the swimming pool. You might see them again, but maybe it's like a total different circumstance. Or all of a sudden, they're in somebody else's business. So you don't want to waste time. And if you feel led, you want to share right away and take advantage of the opportunity. So the last thing that I want to share before Sandy shares is I mentioned this on my team Voxer earlier this morning, and it was a thought that I had, and yeah, I was going to say, it was a thought that I had while I was in the bathroom. And I only mention that because it's a kind of a joke on my team, like, well, I was in the bathroom, I was thinking about blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I was thinking about this question, and I was asking myself, and then I was encouraging my team to ask themselves this question too. So I'll leave you with this. So remember, first think about, do I really believe that what I have in my hands is something that can help other people? And then second, you're going to ask yourself, do I expect that others want to hear about how to earn extra income with this business? I'll say that again. Do I expect that others want to hear about how to earn extra income with this business? And be honest with yourself again, guys. Like, if you don't believe that, if you think that, no, people think I'm annoying, and they think, oh, here she comes again, she's going to try to talk to me about Arbonne, that's not going to be helpful for you or the other person. So talk to your sponsor about that too. But on the flip side, if you are expecting that people want to hear about this, if you are expecting that the key is that people want, that they're like looking and they're almost like waiting for you, then people are going to be coming, like they have been for Sandy. And so with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to her. And I can't wait to hear from Sandy again too.
Hey, Sandy, we can't hear you. I have you unmuted, but does your computer have a microphone? You might be muted on your computer too. But I unmuted you from the Zoom. Can't hear you. The only thing to think of is if you're on like a regular PC, that if it doesn't have a microphone, we can't hear you. Can you go on Zoom from your phone? It's okay, we're good. We got time. I want to hear your story.
Can you hear me now?
Yay! Yes.
Okay. I hear echo now.
I'll mute your other one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm very excited to share tonight about what I am doing with the cold market. So for some of you who don't know my story, I joined at the end of 2014, and I pretty much was working my business alongside with my full-time job. Full-time job being my warm market. So this whole time that I've been working there, because I just recently retired in May, but the whole time I was working there, I pretty much went to the same friends, group of people that I know at my job until I retired. And then I was left with, who do I talk to now? And not only that, but when I was left without working, I was also living in the new area. So I didn't know anybody here. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? Because not only do I not have my comfort zone right by me or my warm market, but now I'm living in a new area. Who am I going to talk to? Besides that, I'm not making the same income that I was making before. So now I was feeling that sense of urgency. Now my whys were starting to change. And so I just felt like I have got to do something. And I knew what it was. I knew that I had to hit the cold market. But I was scared to death. I was scared to death because I just was always afraid of, the rejection and what do I say and all of that. So I reached out to Dana and I said, Dana, I'm not kidding. I need to do something. I need to talk to the cold market, but you need to help me. And I will do whatever you and Emmett tell me to do. Right. And so I just really plugged into the Zoom meetings and I just communicated daily with Dana. And one day I was at a restaurant. This is where it started. And here local where I live. And I had a server and she was super sweet, super nice, outgoing, just like the perfect person, I thought, right? And I knew I needed to talk to her, but I was so nervous. So she came to our table and she was like, oh my gosh, I was just talking to that couple over there and they're always here. And the guy wants to talk to me about some business, but he never makes an appointment with me. So, oh well. And she walks away. And I'm sitting there going, oh no. My husband goes, are you going to talk to her? I'm like, yes, I'm going to talk to her. So she came back and I said, her name's Nicole. I said, hey, Nicole. I said, you know what? I have a business too. And I think you would be great at it. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. So I said, hey, when's your next day off? I would love to meet with you at Starbucks and buy you a cup of coffee and tell you more about what I do. So guess what? She said, yeah, okay. And inside I was like, oh my God. She said, yeah, okay. All right, cool. Right. So I met with her and we had a really good one-on-one. And I said, on a scale from 0 to 5, where do you see yourself, 5 being the most interested? And she said, definitely a 4. I said, oh, okay. So we're meeting again tomorrow. And so hopefully I'll have a new consultant then. But what I wanted to tell you is that after talking to her, the next day, I said, you know what? That wasn't as hard as I thought it was. I don't know why I waited this long to do that. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to hit every restaurant and I'm just going to get guacamole and chips everywhere I go. So I went to Tijuana Flats and there was a girl there that was so attentive, so helpful. Her name's Samantha. And I said, hey, you are so sweet. And I just think you're awesome. You're very attentive. And I think you'd be great at my business. And the reaction that I get is a huge smile. And when I see that smile, it's like Dana was saying, it's like people like to feel good and feel like someone cares. And that's the feeling that I feel like I'm getting back. Not, oh, why are you talking to me? And why are you asking me that question? So anyway, I met with her as well at Starbucks. And then the next day I went to Chili's and I met Brittany. And she was also very sweet and a good server. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to start ordering side salads because I'm going to gain weight. So I'm meeting with Brittany next week. And so it got very exciting and fun and the momentum was picking up. My confidence started picking up. I would call Dana every time I spoke to someone. I was calling her probably 4 or 5 times a day, just asking or telling her about what was happening and just asking her, I can't believe it was this easy. Why didn't you tell me it was this easy? Right? And she's laughing. And so, let's see, it was the other day I asked 3 people in one day. Well, I'm telling you, your momentum will pick up when you just do it. You hear it all the time, just do it. I just did that one girl, the first one, Nicole, and her reaction in the meeting at Starbucks just really prompted something inside of me. That's when the shift really began for me. I've never had this much fun with the cold market. And so I have to tell you, I know it's really scary. It's nerve-wracking. I've been there. But once you do it, it just becomes exciting and so much fun. And besides the restaurants, I did talk to a teller at the bank. And I met with her this past Sunday at Starbucks. So you guys, from June 22nd is when I started, June 22nd until I would say Sunday, I talked to 1 to 3 people a day. All of a sudden, I have a list of people, prospects that I have now. I went from 0 from June 22nd to probably, after the last count I had was 10. And I just can't wake up. I mean, I can't wait to wake up in the morning and start again. And not every single person I talk to either is that perfect person, like Dana was saying. For instance, today I went out there, I went to Target, I went to Publix over here. I don't know if you guys have a Publix where you're at, but it's a grocery store. And I went to another bank, right? And no, I didn't see where they had that right, prospect for me to interview. But tomorrow I'm going to be at it again. And I just want to encourage everyone that the cold market is not scary as it seems to be. So just start with one. Just start with one person. Go to a restaurant, order guacamole and chips and salsa. Start there. And it gets very exciting, I promise you. It's way better than the warm market. I promise you that. It's way better than the warm market. And I don't think I've talked to my warm market in a little while, which is almost weird for me because I leaned on the warm market for so long. So also, I just wanted to share one last thing. Today I went to Michael's, and I don't know if you guys have a Michael's craft store, but today, can you see this book? I got 2 of these. One is for my prospect list, and my other one is going to be my Starbucks list. 50 cents on clearance. And my goal for July is to talk to 100 people. And that was a challenge that Dana and Emmett gave to me. And they said, talk to 100 people. Don't worry about the results until after you've talked to 100 people. And I said, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. So that's what I'm working on now. So that's all I have.